Hello and welcome to Gray's Gardening. My name is Gray and this is my YouTube channel documenting what I'm doing at my allotment, at my garden, my home garden, and showing you all the tips and tricks that I use along the way too. So thank you. If you're new to the channel, please hit like and subscribe. Welcome. And today my plan is to get down to the allotment. I'm going to be installing a new gutter around the greenhouse, and the day has finally come to planting my tomato plants into the greenhouse, and using a few different techniques to do that. So please stick around to see what I'm doing there. But just before I get started, here's the last lot of plants that I've got at home. So these are my chilies. They took a long time to germinate, but finally have done. So they're growing nicely now. I might be able to prick them out shortly. Here is my second sowing of melons, and I used a different technique to sow these. So actually, inside here is a toilet roll filled with seed compost, and around the outside is the more nutritious compost. I put 2 seeds in there, and they both germinated, and then I've got more melons grown here, just as these are actually done as my backup. I've got another pumpkin. That's the pumpkin Big Mac, so hopefully he should be the biggest pumpkins I grow. And these were the first set of melons. So although the first one is looking okay, these at the back, I believe I've overwatered them and they've gone very almost floppy. I think they're just they've got almost root rot going on. So if you're growing melons, do not overwater them. So these are the ones I'll be keeping them much drier. And then here's my last batch of sweet corn, and I think I'm going to be planting those directly out next week. Okay, so as soon as this rain goes off, I'll be heading straight down to the allotment. So I'll see you over there. So the plan was to take these pieces of guttering, fasten them all around the sides of the greenhouse, like so. So when the rain came down, it would collect basically over here, and fasten them on with the clips. But let me show you. First of all, so firstly, as that water comes out of the end there, half it's going to miss the gutter anyway, so that's no good. So that won't work. It can't get close enough to catch all the water. And secondly, the clips I've got to hold the guttering in place, they've got nothing to screw into. I can't screw them in to this. This one's too thin, and there's nothing to hang on to. Can't do above, because then the guttering's above that, and I definitely can't get them on. So the guttering won't be going on. But then I thought, well, this is a gutter by itself, so all I need to do is find or be able to buy a connector that then catches it straight from there and takes that into the water butt. And if I can do that on both sides, I won't need to bother with all that guttering. I've actually got another spare water butt over here. Don't know whether I'm going to put that in the middle here, so I've got all 3, or I'll attach it to my shed, and then I can use that guttering on that, either that shed or my wood shed, either or. Montana over the archway, absolutely smells glorious. Kiwi Jenny, transplanted from home garden only a few months ago to the allotment. That's Kiwi Jenny. Brand new kiwi starting to grow. Been told you need 2 kiwi vines to get any kiwis. So that's another Kiwi Jenny. Figs, figs and more figs. Covered, absolutely covered. This is the brown turkey fig. My finger next to it just to see how big they are at the moment. My pride and joy is my apricot tree. Here we go. Apricots starting. I think I've got even more than last year. You can just see them in there. Whole tree covered in them. First pears. I think I showed you in an earlier video, this had the most blossom on I've ever seen it, so I'm hoping we get a ton of pears. I think they're conference pears. Here's my fig tree cutting that I took in the winter. New fig tree. Strawberries or even framberries, not too sure. they'll all be starting. They've just all spread naturally. Raspberries all beginning. It'll be long till we have them coming through. There's some yellow ones, some red ones, some earlies, and some autumn raspberries in that mix. Plus plus loganberries, tayberries, and some other types of soft fruit. Rhubarb getting bigger. I've never grown my own rhubarb. I've never cut it and cooked it, so this is all hopefully for this year. Honeyberries seem to have dropped all their fruits, or I just can't see them. Maybe when they turn purple and elongated I'll be able to see them, but for now it's just a bit of foliage. Red gooseberries never been healthier. I dug him out because he was covered. In fact, they've started. There we go. There is our first gooseberries, but the entire bush is covered in them. Can't wait to show you when they come out a bit more. Golden Delicious apple tree. Now, it was only a week ago or so that I showed you it, covered in lots of whitish pink blossom, but now they're all turned into mini fruits. They're not actually pea-sized yet, but each of those they'll become an apple. So I think I'm going to get a bumper crop of Golden Delicious. And finally, my plums. Tons and tons and tons of plums. Not sure what type they are, but again, we've got loads of them. These are my salmonberry. So I think I've showed you in a previous video, but they're just beginning as well. Start off with these lovely pink flowers. I took this bush from a cutting from another bush around the corner, planted it in. Look at the size of it now, and it now just pops up everywhere. New shoots coming all around the base, and these are like a salmon coloured raspberry. Very sweet, very nice. Tastes like a raspberry really, but also classed as a superfood. So they're just beginning also. Another new kiwi vine that I bought. This type is the kiwi, which is a green kiwi without the brown hairy skin. It's a smooth kiwi. I'll put the proper name of it on the screen, and a picture of them. Pawpaw's doing fine, and this is a new peach tree. It is the peregrine peach, and he should complement the apricot quite well. Probably won't get any fruit this year, but in a couple of years maybe. I'm going to try the espalier design where you fan out the branches. We'll see how that goes. So on this side of the bed, I'm going to be growing my tomatoes in pots. Now the idea behind this is, so what I've done is I've cut out the bottom of each of the pots. I've dug a slight hole, basically just placing each pot in the hole. I'll fill the pots up with compost and plant the tomatoes nice and deep inside each of the pots. So the idea is that they can drain nice and freely because there's a hole in the bottom. If the roots want to go deeper or further than the pot itself, they can do because they can get out the bottom. But the compost you put in the pot has obviously got all the most nutrients, and it's brand new compost, and you don't have to then swap the whole bed. And at the end of the year, I'll just lift the pot out and do away with the plant once it's finished. I've got different size pots. They're different. It's a bit of see which one works best. I've never done it this way before, so it's a bit of a trial for me. So on the other side, I'm going to be growing 4 tomatoes, so equal variety. So I'll have a Marmonde and a Marmonde, a cherry, and so on and so on. So equally the same variety of tomato, but on different sides of the bed. These will be grown in a grow bag, and they're in the pots. So if I just show you, you can see inside each pot, I've kind of cut different size holes as well. Don't know whether it's going to make any difference. We'll see how they go. Here are the plants about to be planted in. They're my tomatoes. So I've got I think I've got 11. No, I've got 9 of those. So I'll have 1 spare. I'm sure I can fit one just straight in the bed. I have refreshed the compost anyway. I'm sure it'll be fine. Sweet corn, courgettes, pumpkins, all looking really well. Okay, so there we have it. There's my 4 pots, semi-planted into the bed with new fresh compost inside. I've gone for the Miracle Grow. It's called Miracle Grow, all purpose, peat free, always peat free. Got to do our best to help the planet. So they've got the compost inside, and on the other side is our, again, peat-free. These are Tomorrowite grow bags, tomato grow bags. We'll have 4 in there, and I might just pop 1 in the middle, straight in the bed. And let's see which ones do the best. I'm sure I don't need to show you or tell you, but the grapevine has gone a bit berserk already. So you've got to really keep on top of these. And I need to trim them off soon, because otherwise they'll be blocking all my light. And the plants inside will feel like they're indoors. One thing I did want to show you. So I thought my lemon tree was dead. However, just look here. You see this? That looks like a little shoot. And there's another one round the back, another one just popping out here. So it looks to me as if the plant wants to grow. I don't think it's grafted. Maybe it was grafted. Maybe that's a graft and this is the original, the rootstock. So I'm just going to leave it anyway. Let's see what grows out of that. It'd be funny if it was a lemon. And Mr. Pomegranate bush has got its first flower. Still never given me any fruit. Still don't know whether I need 2 of them to pollinate each other. But let's see what happens this year. Nice and warm in here. Whenever you're planting tomatoes, you want to plant them as deep as possible. So although it's been in the pot and it's only up to here, we want to be planting it maybe about this high, and new roots will come off this stem, making it stronger, provide more roots to give more energy to the plant, and just that extra stability. The deeper it is, the stronger it'll be. So if I just take him out of the pot, here we go. So well and truly ready to go out. And as I say, if I just pop him right down to the bottom, take that out, and then confirm around him. I'll add a bit more compost in a sec, but as you can see, that's now a lot deeper here than it was before. And one other thing to do with tomatoes is you've constantly got to be pinching out these little side shoots. See here, you've got your main stem coming off, but the little side middle shoots, just pinch them out. We don't want them growing because they'll take more energy away from the trusses, which then form the tomatoes on. So just go around each of your tomato plants, checking there's none of those little side shoots, and just keep pinching them out. Okay, tomatoes all in. As mentioned, there's 4 varieties. I've got the cherry. I have the Marmonde, which is like a large beefsteak tomato. It's the biggest one I've ever grown. The Sun Baby, which is a small cherry type but a yellow variety, and the good old Moneymaker. So what I've done is there's the same variety either side. So again, Moneymaker, Sun Baby, Marmonde, and cherry. I did have 2 left over, so I popped him straight in the bed, another Moneymaker, and a little cherry over there. He's not looking too good, but I'm hoping he'll perk up. I've taken off all those little side shoots, so they should be growing quite nicely. So now it's time to link up my watering system. Remember, don't throw away your pots, save them for next year, give them a clean. And this one, just meant to mention, this big Marmonde, he was so big he started flopping over, so I've had to stake him already. If you do use any stakes, remember, pop on a little top on top. You don't want to be taking your eye out. I've done it before, rather painful. I didn't take my eye out, obviously.
The top, but just want to say a massive thank you to everyone for your support so far. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks everybody, hope you're having a lovely bank holiday weekend. Take care, bye bye.